watching News Channel 11 in your corner at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on News Channel 11 at 6. I'm Jordan Moore. We first begin with our top story tonight out of Knoxville. That's where Tennessee head football coach Butch Jones has officially been fired. It's a story we first brought you on our website, WJHL.com, this afternoon. And since then, in fact, just within the hour, school officials held a news conference with more on this announcement. And joining us now is sports director Kenny Hawkins, live in the studio with the very latest on what was said. Big announcement today, Kenny.
Yeah, that's right, Jordan. It was never a matter of if, but when head coach Butch Jones would be fired as Tennessee's head coach. At one point, I was told he would be given a chance to finish out the year, but after last night's embarrassing loss to Missouri, athletic director John Currie was ready to pull the plug. Jones did what he was hired to do, and that was clean up the mess left behind by former coach Derek Dooley. But when it came to getting the Vols to the next level, Jones went 34-27 overall, 14-24 in the SEC, and he never played for a league championship over 5 years. Rick Russo with our sister station in Knoxville, who's covered the Vols for almost 30 years, joins me from Neyland Stadium to talk about today's announcement.
Thanks and hi everyone. Rick Russo alongside Mark Packer of Local 8 Sports here in Knoxville. And Mark, it was a decision we saw coming for a while. Finally, John Currie decides to make the move, saying simply, we have not won enough.
Yeah, I will say this. Our friends at VolQuest kind of made the comment a couple of weeks ago, thought it was funny. He said when Curry's done with the athletic director, they ought to take him to Vegas and go play poker with him because he's got a great poker face. I think the decision had to have been made before last night, but when you get another 50-17 shellacking, he had no choice.
Yeah, and it is, by the way, an $8.5 million buyout in that range for Butch. If you add in the coach's mark, it's $13 million total.
And it'll be paid monthly through 2021. How'd you like to get that letter from your boss that says, hey, sorry, you're leaving, you're out of here, but you'll get over $8 million over the course of the next 4 years?
Yeah, it's a decision, I would venture to say, that he didn't expect to have to or even wanted to make in his first season as athletics director, but his hand was tied.
But here's a situation. Someone says, God, $8.5 million, that's a lot of money. You got to look at season tickets, the concern of that. You got to look at apparel that's sold. So many things that raise revenue for the University of Tennessee that you put in jeopardy when you're where they are right now. He financially had no choice.
All right, and by the way, John Currie says that his sole focus moving forward will be to find a new coach, which, by the way, and we'll talk more about this later, they will not go with a search firm, at least right now. That is the word.
Which tells you now that he has a pretty good idea of where he's going, because so many times they've paid money for a search firm. Obviously, he's done his homework. As soon as he made the decision and he called Butch Jones on this Sunday morning, first call he made was to Philip Fulmer. Expect Philip Fulmer to be a part of the search for the next head coach along with Peyton Manning.
No question about that. All right, Rick Russo and Mark Packer reporting from Knoxville.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. We'll have more on this announcement coming up later in sports. Jordan?